Good morning, friends. I can't find my glasses, so I can't tell if I'm in focus or not, but everything's gonna be fine. I also have a super bad head cold, so that's why I sound like this. If you cannot bear through, totally understand. So I thought after 13 videos on YouTube that it's about time I film a Q&A for all of the people that don't know me. So I did that. I filmed one yesterday and I had a ton of errands to run. So I thought I'll just film it in the car and have Quincy ask me the questions while I'm driving and it'll be great. And yeah, it was not good. All of the audio was awful. This is what it sounded like, okay? Wrapping up what I was talking about the ghosts. So none of it was usable. So now I'm refilming my Q&A, but it's actually a good thing because there was a lot more questions that I got later on after I had filmed that yesterday that I thought were really good questions, and so I'll answer them in this one, and it'll be all handy dandy. Okay, so I figured if there's anybody that's new to my channel in this video or anybody watching that doesn't know me, I'd answer some things that are just really easy questions. My name is Haley. It's spelt Haley, exactly like you would say it. I'm 21 and I'm an Aquarius. I'm also 5'8". I'm pretty tall. So there's that. And I posted on my Instagram and on my Facebook if there was any questions that anybody had for me. Hello, this is Editing Haley jumping in here really quick. I just wanted to say that 86 people saw my story asking for questions for this video and only 15 people commented. This is important for a question that I answer later on and to just give you some insight on the frustrations of trying to run businesses on social media. So that being said, continue. So I will pop up who is asking right here. So Tess Dagan, who is my mother, asks, what's your favorite movie? What's your favorite book? What's your favorite color? What's your favorite food? What's your favorite actor or actress? And where do you want to live? Thanks, Mom. Thank you. She could tell that I wasn't getting very many questions, so thanks for that one, Mama. So my favorite movie, I have a hard time picking favorites because I have to be in the mood for something, but I think because of that, my favorite movie would have to be Django, because it doesn't matter what mood I'm in. If that movie is on, I will get fully sucked in, regardless of how many times I've seen it. And I have to watch it all the way through. Like, if the TV's just playing in the background and I walk in and it's in the middle of Django, I have to restart it and watch the whole movie because I'm like, oh my god, I love this movie. So I think I would have to say that's probably my favorite one because I never get sick of it. I have to watch the whole thing through no matter how many times I've seen it. I love probably every Quentin Tarantino film. My favorite book, I used to read a lot when I was younger. Like, I had a massive book collection and I've definitely lost touch with that a little bit and I want to start reading again. I remember my senior year in high school, my English teacher would give me book recommendations and I kind of miss that because every time I think about getting back into reading, I'm like, I don't even know where to start or what book to get. But I don't think I could say that I have one favorite book, but I do love all of the Ellen Hopkins books. Yeah. They're really good. I like all of them. My favorite one, I don't know if I could pick my favorite one. I still haven't read Traffic. I have it. It's just sitting. And every time I start it, I'm like, I need to read the one that comes before this, and then I'm like, oh, I don't have that. I should buy that. And then it's just a loop. and I never get around to it. So I need to do that. My favorite color is probably green. I love green, but it has to be the right shade of green, you know? Which is actually weird because I don't own a lot of clothing that's green or anything. Like, all my clothes are usually black, but that's definitely my favorite color. I don't have a favorite food. I don't think I do, because I love all food. If there was one thing that I had to pick to like live off of, it'd probably just be potatoes. You can eat them in so many different ways. That's probably my favorite food, is a potato. My favorite actor and actress. Again, this is one thing where I can't pick just one. Okay, actors. I love Christoph Waltz, Jack Nicholson, Jeff Bridges. I love, oh God, what's that guy's name? Shannon something. Quincy! Michael Shannon, I think that's his name. I'll put right here if that's not really his name. I love him, love him. I also really like Jake Gyllenhaal, super good actor. Actresses, I think Margot Robbie is doing really great, getting out there, all these films and stuff. She's been super awesome. I love Amy Adams, she's an amazing actress. Let me think. There's this girl, and my mom loves her too, and I always have such a hard time remembering her name. I'm gonna look it up. I love Maya Rudolph and Kristen Wiig. What is this girl's name? I know once I see it, I'm gonna be like, are you fucking kidding me? Allison Janney, that's it. I love Allison Janney. She's freaking awesome. Okay, where do you want to live? I am happy where I'm living. I love the Pacific Northwest. It's beautiful here. It's so sunny outside right now, so I'm sorry if it seems like I'm trying to rush through this, because I really want to go sit outside. It's super pretty. I want to live in the Pacific Northwest for sure. I don't know if I'll stay in the town that I'm in forever. I wouldn't mind going over to Oregon someday. Maybe somewhere like Eugene. I've heard it's really pretty there. I definitely wouldn't go anywhere like Seattle or Portland, like any big city place. I really like the small town that I'm living in. I just don't know if this is where I want to stay. Colleen asks, what is your song and why? That is also my grandma, so thank you, Grandma. What is my song? Probably... Ooh, that's another hard one. I would probably have to say Skinny Love by Bon Iver, but here is my reasoning. I love that song because you can listen to it in the car on a summer night with the windows rolled down, and it's a happy song, and you can listen to it laying in bed by yourself and it's a sad song. So I like that you can listen to it and feel different emotions. I also really like that song because there's no bad version of it. Like, the lyrics themselves and the tune of it is so beautiful that every cover sounds good. Every rendition of the song sounds good. And it's another thing where it's not a song that I go out of my way to listen to all of the time, but it's a song that if it's on, I will be singing it and I will be happy if it's playing. Mac posted a lot of questions. Thank you so much because I needed them. Who is your favorite creator right now? So at the moment, it's hard because I do this thing where when I stumble upon somebody's channel, because I'm assuming when you say creator, you mean YouTube creator, hopefully, but I have this problem where when I find somebody that I like on YouTube, I just go and binge all of their videos, and then I'm caught up, and then I have to wait for them to post again, and then I'll find somebody else to do that with. And I just recently did that with C. Jades, and she posts like scary stories and reads them, or she has like a subreddit of her own where people go and post their paranormal stories, or their stories about real life incidences like meeting creepy people or bad Tinder dates, or just weird shit. And she reads the stories on her channel, and they're super entertaining. And so I kind of did that with her. I listened to like all of her videos, and now I'm just waiting for her to upload again. So I'd have to say that's probably my favorite creator right now. Are you looking forward to any upcoming events or products? Ooh. You know, product-wise, like if it comes to makeup product, I really don't like keep up with any launches or anything. I never really wanted my channel to be a makeup channel. I wanted to do more DIY things, but because of working a minimum wage job, you don't always have money to do DIY crafts and stuff. And so when I don't have things to do, I do my makeup. So I'm actually not super into like waiting for launches or looking up products that are going to come out, and I don't really do that with a lot of things. I'm not like super in touch with upcoming things in any category really. But upcoming events, yeah, my best friend Bridget is coming down in June. She lives in Florida. She was my first friend I made when I moved to this town in 4th grade, and then she moved in 6th grade. So basically our entire friendship from then until now, we're both 21, has been long distance. And she comes and visits me once a year, and I visited her once and we realized that was a really bad idea. I can't fly. Anyway, so she's coming in June and I'm really excited. We always get tattoos together. Just go into Portland and the art museum, and yeah, we do a lot of fun stuff, so I'm excited for that. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? That question makes me depressed. It's hard because where I want to see myself in 5 years is where I would have thought I'd be now 5 years ago. So it's hard to think into the future because it kind of makes me depressed sometimes, because I feel like for a long time I've just been stuck doing the same things. And you know, if you're happy with the things that you're doing, there's nothing wrong with just staying where you are. And I don't know. Where I see myself in 5 years, I would love to have a house and have my dogs, probably fostering dogs as well. Working on hopefully getting to my goal, which is running an animal shelter, which I'll touch more on that sometime. Yeah, that's probably where I see myself in 5 years, hopefully. What is your favorite animal? My favorite animal is an orca whale. I gotta find it. I have an orca whale, okay? I know that doesn't make any sense to you right now, but hang on one second. My favorite animal is an orca whale. I have a whole tattoo planned out that I want to get eventually. It's been my favorite animal since I was little. I used to have little stuffed orca whales, but for my birthday, my best friend Bridget, who I just talked about, went through this program that is like marine wildlife researchers and stuff, and she adopted me an orca whale. So it's a tagged orca whale that researchers, every year when they migrate back to that area, they basically report on them and their lifestyle and everything about them and their pods. And I want to find him so I can show you my orca. His name is Cappuccino. This is my orca. He's so cute. He has a unique saddle patch that is back by his fin, and he also has a little notch out of his fin that was a wound that they assume is from another fight with an orca, and by the way, orcas are not aggressive animals at all, and they rarely get into tussles. Usually it's kind of more like, listen up, buddy, kind of tussles. So he did show up in 2011 with scrape marks and then this notch on his fin. So he's a little bad boy. But yeah, so that's my orca. That's my favorite animal. Do you have any special skills or hidden talents? I would say my only hidden talent, which from the people that know me isn't very hidden, but I have like monkey feet. Like my toes are super long and I use them all the time. Like I pick stuff up with my feet instead of my hands, and I can like move it just individual toes, and I can like do this with my feet. I can light a lighter with my toes. Like it's very weird. I have long toes. Lisa, I love you, Lisa. She asks, what drives you to keep going on days that seem impossible? Oh man. Okay, so there is days that seem impossible. There's times that I do let myself just be upset that day. Like if it seems impossible, there's times that I'm just like, fuck it, and I'm upset and I don't do anything to make myself feel better and I wallow. And sometimes there's days where it's just too hard. So even though maybe, it seems like because I'm posting videos or I'm on Facebook or I'm doing this or, whenever I am posting, I'm doing something or I seem happy, there's definitely days where there's nothing that can motivate me to feel better. But I think the thing that helps me the most is probably my dogs, because they rely on me for everything. They can't go walk themselves or feed themselves. And so days when I just want to lay in bed all day and it seems like really impossible, I think about how being in that mood is unfair to them and unfair that they have to just sit and be in a bad mood too, And so that at least forces me to get up and take them for a walk, play with them, get their energy out. And then a lot of times after I've done that, I do feel better because they make me feel better, And I'm sure it's the same way with, I know that some people are like, dogs are not children. Oh my God, not even close, which, okay, I get it. But I'm sure it's the same way with kids where, when you have something that is relying on you for everything, it's not just about you anymore. And so you don't get the privilege of just completely shutting off the world and not doing anything, So, and it sucks because it's like, I wish that I could be like, oh, I'm, this is what motivates me and I have all these special tricks, but not really. So for people that don't have children or don't have dogs, I would just say, don't push yourself too hard. Everybody is allowed to have bad days. And I think for me, there's times when, if all that I can get up and do that day is brush my teeth, at least I brushed my teeth. If all you can do is get up and drink a glass of water, at least you have water in your system now, you know? Jenny asked, why are you so beautiful? Like, seriously, I genuinely need to know this. I love you so much, Jenny. Okay, first of all, the way, if you don't see me on a day-to-day basis in my real life, the way that you think that I look is really, I only look like that a fraction of the time, you know? Social media is completely an illusion. I have acne. I don't have the perfect body. You know, my hair is greasy and gross sometimes. I have bags under my eyes. Like, you know, it's just... No. Don't let scrolling through social media and seeing somebody that you think always looks perfect all the time make you feel insecure, because it is completely inaccurate. There's not one person that hasn't had acne before. I don't know anybody that has been their ideal confident weight their entire life. I don't know anybody whose hair doesn't get greasy. You know, there's it frustrates me. But thank you, Jenny. I don't want to seem like I wasn't taking that compliment. I do appreciate it. Brando asks, how do you stay so positive at times when the world seems to be throwing every obstacle in your way, yet you keep going and smiling? How? Oh, okay. I am not a crazy positive person. I see Brando on a day-to-day basis, so I can see why he would think that maybe I am, but I think my biggest thing is when then the world is throwing obstacles in my way and just like hitting me left and right. Regardless of what I'm going through and how hard the stuff that I'm dealing with is, it's not that hard to still be nice to the people around you, you know? And so when I'm at work or when I'm with friends or when I'm at the grocery store or I see people, even though there might be a ton of stuff going on with me, I'm still gonna smile and be positive and be nice to those people because they didn't do anything to impact the stuff that I'm dealing with. So there's no reason to treat them like they need to be upset too, or they need to feel the anger that I feel. Staying positive, there's really times that I don't, but what I try and look forward to is I when really bad stuff is going on right now, what I try and do is I try and look forward into the future, into something that maybe is happening, and even if it's like so far into the future, you know, like it's February now, and if shit starts hitting the fan, I'll be like, you know what, I'm just really excited for Christmas, and I'm gonna get through this, and when Christmas comes, it's gonna be great. And, you know, I just try and find something into the future that I can look forward to, and then every time I start stressing about what's happening now, I think about how won't even be thinking these thoughts this many days down the line, this many weeks down the line, this many months down the line. You know, everything I'm dealing with right now, I'll probably have forgotten in 2 years, 3 years. And when you're sitting and thinking about how far away 2 years is, think about how the 2 years that just happened went by so fast, you know? So everything is temporary. That's kind of how I try and stay positive. Loetta Burns, who is Bridget, I love you, Bridget, asks, what's your sign, even though I already touched on it, and said, do you feel like the traits of your sign accurately reflect who you are? Being an Aquarius, yes, I definitely do. I feel like every time I read anything about being an Aquarius, it just feels like a therapist is telling me everything that I already know. I think that it's really good to read about the positive and the negative things about your sign. And I know that there's a lot of people that probably don't believe in anything with astrology, but I just think that you can learn a lot about yourself, because there's stuff that is negative traits of an Aquarius that when I read them, I kind of was like, oh, I think that I do that. And I didn't know that I did that. And that's not okay. And then I kind of corrected that about myself. So yeah, I definitely think that being an Aquarius accurately represents who I am for sure. I like being an Aquarius. I like being the only humanitarian sign. I like knowing the signs of the people around me. Dude, okay, so this is gonna sound really jumbled, but so I have so many Geminis around me. So many Geminis. It's not even funny. So Bridget, my best friend, is a Gemini. Her mom is a Gemini. My boyfriend is a Gemini. His best friend is a Gemini. And then his brother-in-law Billy is a Gemini. And the weirdest part is that I'm gonna get these wrong, but Bridget's birthday is June 8th. Billy's birthday is June 9th. Brian, which is our other best friend, Quincy's best friend, his birthday is June 10th. And then Quincy's birthday is June 12th. I probably got those dates wrong. I'm sorry. I remember your guys' birthday. I'm just on a tangent. But their birthdays literally go back to back to back at days. And it's so weird. Something about Geminis, I get along with them great. And it might be because my moon sign is a Gemini. What's my rising sign? Okay. So my sun sign is Aquarius. My rising sign is Leo, which I also have 2 or 3 Leos in my life. Quincy's sister is a Leo, and my moon sign is a Gemini. And so take that what you will. Deanna asks, what do you love about being a sister? So I have 2 older sisters and then 1 little sister. So I'm the middle child. But the thing I love about being a big sister, which it's actually really funny because you don't know the story of me and my little sister Alabama. I did not want her. When my mom was pregnant, and by the way, I think I was 14 when my little sister was born. My little sister is gonna be 7 this year, and I'm 21, so you do the math. But I did not want her. I was so pissed that my mom was pregnant. I had nightmares about this baby being born and killing our family. I was so upset. I did not want to have a little sister. I didn't want to be the middle child. I liked being the baby. And yeah, it sounds really cheesy, but when she was born, all the way up until I was in the hospital with my older sisters, waiting to be able to go in, I was pissed. I was I don't want to be here, I was an angry, angsty teenager. And when we went into the room and I held her for the first time, literally everything changed. And I know that sounds really cheesy, but I held this teeny tiny little thing in my hands and I was just had that instant feeling of oh my God, I am a role model for this little baby. I need to be there and care for her and love her and, give her advice and be there when she needs me. And she's so tiny and precious and I love her so much. And yeah, everything changed. And now she's gonna be 7 and she's literally my favorite person in the whole world. She's so fucking funny. She's so intelligent. It's literally insane. You can have full-on conversations with her and she uses words that 7-year-olds shouldn't know, and she's so polite and sweet and has an insane personality, and she's a Gemini, okay? There it goes again, all these fucking Geminis all around me all the time, and they're the best people ever. I get along with them so well. And so if you have a misconstrued conception of Geminis being two-faced, horrible people, they're really not. They're not. There's 2 kinds of Geminis, okay? And I have all the good ones in my life. So she's a little Gemini. So when she was in her terrible 2s, that it wasn't great. But I love her. And being a sister to my big sisters, I don't know. I feel I've kind of always been one of those people that gives advice and doesn't seek it out. Like I've always kind of been the therapist friend or like the mom figure friend, and so I love being able to, I don't know, like with my sisters it's just nice because it's different, because them and my mom and my dad and stuff, they're like the only people that I feel like I can go to them for advice and talk to them about the stuff that's going on with me and get their opinions on it. Whereas everyone else in my life, and it's not like a bad thing, like I'm not upset about it, but everybody else in my life, I feel like I'm always giving them advice or they're coming to me for something, you know? And so it's nice with my older sisters and my mom and stuff, and it's like I can talk to them about stuff. So, wow, Pepper, oh my goodness. Jack, I love you, Jack. He says, what is your favorite mall, and is there a particular store that you must stop in when you visit? I hate the mall. I fucking hate the mall. There's too many people. It's too stressful. I hate the mall. I don't like going to the mall ever. But if I have to go to the mall, I love the store Earthbound. It has like really bohemian hippie clothing and backpacks and stuff, and that's probably my favorite store. And then last but not least, Mia, hi. She says, what are your main struggles with your clothing company and your black line design business? What are the best parts of running both businesses? I would say the struggle with both of them is really just getting exposure. Like, it gets really frustrating to me when I post a selfie on social media where I have my hair done and my makeup done, and I get upwards of 100 likes or upwards of 30 to 40 comments and stuff, people being like, oh, you look so pretty, blah blah blah. But then when I post something that actually means something to me, like about my businesses, or like, hey, please support me, like share this post, or like, anything, like give this video, my promo video, a view, tell your friends about this, it's like the same 3 people liking it, and it's like my mom. And it just gets really frustrating because I'm like, I look at my friends list and my followers list, and it's like, okay, I know that you guys see this, because you see all of my selfies and you like those. So why can't you support this as well? Like, why it takes 2 seconds out of your day to click the share button, and clicking that could get me upwards of, however many orders, because people on your page see it that I'm not friends with. And so that's definitely the struggle with both of them. It gets really frustrating seeing that, and it's not that I'm not grateful for the people that do constantly share, because I have, there's like 4 or 5 people that I know that I can rely on to always share my stuff and support me. But sometimes it gets really frustrating when they're the only ones, and I'm like, come on, you guys, like, all you have to do is click share. All you have to do is click like, I'm not asking you to drop money that you don't have on one of my shirts or pay for one of my drawings when you can't afford it. All I'm asking is for you to talk about it, to share, because just because maybe you can't afford a t-shirt right now, and so you see my post and you're like, oh, can't, sorry, doesn't mean that the 500 people that you have that are friends with you can't afford it either. If you click it and share it, it can give me so much exposure, and it can help me so much with everything, and sometimes it's like, I work minimum wage, and I know it's like, I do these DIY videos, and it's like, oh, you might be like, wow, it looks so nice, she probably has money. I don't know if you think that, but I don't, okay? I have a ton of roommates. We all work minimum wage jobs. Like, we're broke, okay? Like, I'm not wealthy. Like, I'm not well off at all. I barely make ends meet with my bills and everything. And so, getting extra money from my businesses is literally like the deciding factor between, can I fill my tank today, or do I have to put $6 and change in, And so sometimes it's hard not to take it personally when people don't share my stuff, because it makes me feel like, do you not care if I'm like struggling? Like, yeah, so that's probably the hardest part about both of my businesses. Everything else, like, stuff can get frustrating on the business side of it, but it's all stuff that just makes me work harder and stuff that I like. Like planning with models, planning days to shoot, making sure that the weather is good, editing and, you know, losing footage and then having to redo stuff, working with the manufacturer and not being able to get products that I want, that they offer, stuff like that. It all gets frustrating, but it's all stuff that is solvable, and not being able to get people to care or share isn't really solvable, you know, because I could always, you know, promote my stuff, like pay social media sites to promote it, but again, I don't have the money to do that. So I just rely on the people that I'm already friends with to hopefully share the stuff that I post. So the next time that you see me post something and you think, well, I can't do that, or I don't want it, so I don't care, just please, it takes 2 seconds to click the share button and it helps out a lot. So that was my Q&A. I appreciate you guys for watching. One last thing, Brian said, was you? Fuck you, Brian. Fuck you, Brian. I love you, okay? Inside joke, so sorry. Brian's a great guy. I hate you. Anyways, thank you guys for watching my Q&A. It was a lot better yesterday when I did it, and I had my makeup done and my hair done and stuff, and it was nice, but the audio got super fucked up, so now you have to deal with me looking like this. I'm sorry. Thank you. Please subscribe. Click the share button when I post this to my Facebook. It'll probably be my mom, Lisa, and Deanna, and Bridget, but yeah. Please share this and tell your friends. Leave a comment. Let me know what you want to see from me next. I appreciate it. Thank you guys. I hope you have a good one.